Good morning, everybody. First at 5:30, a state of emergency has been declared as Georgia is on high alert ahead of today's winter storm. Snow, ice, freezing rain. We're already seeing sleet and also some dangerously low temperatures expected to come in, causing closures for schools that you see scrolling right now at the bottom of your screen. We're also talking businesses shut down and city offices as well. That order will go all the way until Tuesday, January 14th.
And today, weather conditions at the world's busiest airport can lead to hundreds of flight cancellations and delays. Already this morning, there are over 500 cancellations and nearly 300 delays at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport.
We're still going to say a happy Friday to you here at 5:30. Thanks for being with us. I'm Aisha Howard.
And I'm Ariana Manise in for Cheryl Preheim. Today we have team coverage to keep you in the know. We have 11 Alive's Karis Belger. She's tracking road conditions as the winter weather system gets underway. Caitlin Ross, she's live in Buckhead where a water main break happened last night and could cause impacts today. And Molly Oak is live in Blue Ridge where we'll see most of the snowfall. But first, let's get over to the man who knows it all, our meteorologist Chesley McNeil with your weather impact forecast. Hey, Chesley.
How you doing? Yeah, we're looking at a weather impact alert for all day today into tomorrow morning because the weather could be significant for us. We're talking about winter weather around our forecast area. So yeah, in the form of snow, sleet, freezing rain. We can see it all for today and already starting to see some of that sleet begin to come down or at least out of the sky as we speak. With sleet, it's going to lead to some travel impacts, okay? The sleet that's coming down as it continues, at least for this morning, that could add to slickness on the road. So you got to be very, very careful. I would just stay at home if you can today. Winter storm warning will last until 7 a.m. Saturday morning. That's all the areas here up in the pink. That's all of North Georgia. You make your way down toward the Macon area. You see that purple down there. That's a winter weather advisory that will continue for today. That's because we're expecting to see liquid, maybe rain mixing with some freezing rain at times today. Huge system, as you can see. The snow extends all the way up into parts of Memphis. Gets a little bit lighter once you make your way up towards St. Louis. Starting to push over toward the east. The area of low pressure, not a very quick mover, but we'll be sliding over toward the east and spread that precipitation our way, already starting, and we're seeing that now starting to reach the ground in the form of sleet, at least here in the metro area and a little bit further over toward the west. Been watching up to the north, haven't seen any reports of any snow as of yet, but expecting the snow to be around and then more of that sleet and possibly some freezing rain as we get into mid-morning and into the afternoon. Temperature-wise, it's cold out there. Me and Jerry just walked outside just to feel it a little bit, and it does feel cold. 34 degrees right now in the city, 31 over toward Carrollton. You're at 33 in Georges Rome, 33 also in Duluth and over toward Athens and Gainesville at the current hour. Here's how it plays out for us. Now, I think in the onset will be the frozen precipitation as far as snow or either sleet, and then we'll start to mix with some freezing rain and rain as we head into the afternoon. Now, this could be significant for us because any ice accumulation will lead to more problems, not only on the roadways, but we'll start to sag those trees, maybe even snap some of those limbs and also lead to power outages, and they could be significant if we have more of that ice accumulating than we have snow. 32 degrees by noon, on our way to 35 by 3 o'clock today.
Traffic update, sponsored by John Foy and Associates.
And we are starting to get some reports of a wintry mix falling on the roadways around Metro Atlanta, including in the Marietta area. There is a look at I-575 just past Barrett Parkway, just north of Marietta. The GDOT camera there is not picking up any moisture falling, but believe me, it is there. We did have a report of someone driving in from Marietta who did have some sleet hitting the windshield there, so the roads are getting wet, no doubt about that. If you are out and about, just keep in mind to keep it slow. There you go. There's some slowing on I-575 northbound. No doubt in the Woodstock area, people seeing that wintry mix hitting the windshield, and so they're slowing down just a bit. But the good news is, and this is what we're watching out for, are any reports of any major crashes, and we're not seeing that throughout the metro area so far, and that is a good thing. So sleet beginning to fall here in the metro area. Karis Belger is on the road out I-20 in the on the west side of town. Karis, what are you seeing now?
So right now we were seeing a little bit more sleet earlier, but as we've been driving by, it's kind of a mix. So we get a little bit of rain, a little bit of sleet, and then things kind of drop off. So it's very much a mix as we continue on the road. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what we're seeing right now. So what you can see on the road is where it was pre-treated by GDOT. You can see where some of that brine was laid down on the roads to make sure things were safe for folks out here. Not a lot of cars out here. I think people are heeding those warnings to stay home from you and from Chad. Chesley. But one thing to keep in mind is as we've been driving, we have been seeing a change. So 1 minute it's just regular rain. The next thing we notice, there is a little bit of a wintry mix or sleet. So that is changing as we're going throughout the morning and as we continue to drive. So people should certainly be careful if they are going to be out on the roads. As always, we're going to stay out here and keep you updated. For right now, I'm going to send it back to you all in the studio.
Thank you for giving us that live look, Harris. Now in Buckhead, crews are cleaning up a water main break that has water shut off for many people living in this area. That's where Caitlin Ross, she joins us live from. Caitlin, how are conditions looking for you right now?
Ariana, about 1,000 people impacted by this water main break, and the water is still on the roads. Here's what it looks like this morning. You can see that ponding of the water, and now we are getting a wintry mix, some sleet coming down, and so additional precipitation coming down, and it could make driving conditions really dangerous around here. That's why they have this roadway closed off. You see the caution tape, you see those temporary barriers. They're making sure that they keep people off this section of road because they want to keep people safe. We don't know if this is going to freeze and cause really dangerous driving conditions. We are already seeing some commuters come through. They're turning around as they hit these temporary roadblocks. You can see there what it looks like last night as that water was bubbling up out of the ground. Crews from Watershed Management have been on the scene here all night trying to fix this water main break. They have shut off the water, though, to apartment buildings right here on Far Road. So we talked to people about how they're feeling this morning.
No water in the whole building. I filled my water tub up 2 hours ago. So before I cut off, but I don't know how long it's going to be until we have water again.
And we don't know how long it's going to be either. We don't have a restoration notice here. There are a number of businesses that are closed down. We saw the owners of this restaurant kind of walking around assessing the scene earlier this morning, trying to figure out when the water was going to come back on. Watershed Management is on scene, though, and as soon as we have those updated restoration numbers, we'll be sure to report that right away.
All right, Caitlin, thank you. Now let's head to North Georgia. We told you we have you covered all across the area. That is where we find Molly Oak and Blue Ridge. Molly, the storm not there quite yet, but are people ready for it?
Hopefully. I don't feel like I am because it's looking like I should have put on an extra pair of pants this morning. There's no snow here yet, and I'm already very cold. But good news is we were set with a lot of hand warmers, so hopefully that'll help us out throughout the day. I know my Floridian friends that I met yesterday said they bought some gloves, so they're ready. We met them on the playground yesterday. Take a look at this video from Blue Ridge. Before we were here when we first arrived yesterday afternoon, we talked with them. They said they planned this trip months ago. Their kids were praying for snow, and it looks like today their prayers will be answered.
We're just gonna kind of hunker down and see, because we've never been through like an actual winter storm before, but we're definitely going to go outside and get the best of it. We came prepared, so we're like, we might buy these winter gloves and get no snow, but then we figured we come prepared anyways. So
now, it's been a quiet morning so far in Blue Ridge. Haven't really seen people out. What we have noticed out and about are snowplows on standby. We also noticed crews already treating the roads. We noticed that yesterday. We saw more this morning. That's good news, especially for the Floridians who said they don't plan on driving because they don't want to deal with snow or ice. But anyone who does, it looks like those roads will be treated for you this morning. Guys.
All right, Molly, thank you. Severe weather, we know it can be both frightening and dangerous for travelers, and we want to make sure that you stay safe if you are getting out on the roads. That's just if you have to, but we don't want you to do that at all. AAA says stay home and only go out if necessary. Next, drive slow. Always adjust your speed down to account for the lower traction when you're driving on snow or ice. And know your brakes, whether you have anti-lock brakes or not. Keep the heel of your foot on the floor and use the ball of your foot to apply the pressure. Don't just smash it. Lastly, don't power up hills. Applying extra gas on snow or icy roads, that will just make your wheels spin. So don't do any of that.
Good advice. All right, so the city of Atlanta is keeping 3 warming centers open around the clock. The Central Park Recreation Center for men, Selena S. Butler Park for women and children, and the Old Adamsville Recreation Center for any overflow. Transportation will also be provided. These centers are already open and will stay open until noon on Sunday. And that's because we could possibly see the situation extended to Saturday morning, Chesley.
That's because those temperatures will be on the lower side. The system itself should be out of the way by tonight. But, you know, with the wet roads and the air temperature cooling down, down, yeah, that could be a problem for us, folks. We have a winter weather warning, or winter storm warning in effect for all of North Georgia, as you can see, where you see the purple highlighted counties. That's where we have a winter weather advisory. That's down toward the Macon area. Sleet has been reported so far, and although it looks like snow on the radar here, that's what we're seeing. Sleet in some spots coming down. That's going to continue to be the case, and that's going to lead to some problems for us, especially on the roadways out there. So you got to be careful, folks. We've seen it as far south, or got reports of it so far south as Peachtree City, even toward LaGrange. Got a friend of LaGrange who said some sleet is starting to bounce off her window as well. Over toward Conyers, over toward Athens, haven't seen any reports of anything coming down. You'll likely see some sleet as well, since those are the reports that we're seeing heading over toward the east. Now, really concerned about the ice accumulation. Even the sleet accumulation will add to some problems because the road temperatures are closer to the freezing mark in some spots. But this shows us what could happen as far as the ice accumulation goes. And you're looking at this blue that's in here from Noonan over toward Atlanta and up towards Athens. You're looking at a 1/4 of an inch of ice. That could do some damage for us and lead to some power outages. So we're going to be very concerned and watching that as we head through the afternoon. Notice what's taking place already as we get on the onset of this precipitation. Mixing. That's what's taking place, especially from let's see, Douglasville over toward Carroll County, down through parts of Coweta County, Heard County as well. We'll continue to watch that as we head through the morning. Once we get to the afternoon, or at least by mid-morning into the afternoon, expecting significant mixing to be taking place. So maybe some snow with some sleet in there, and then some freezing rain coming our way as we head to the latter afternoon going into the evening. Don't want a lot of that because that would mean more ice accumulation on the roadways. Certainly wouldn't want to see that. And then we'll be looking at things tapering off as we head into the evening. So temperature-wise, we'll be around the freezing mark for much of the morning. Once we get to the afternoon, the temperatures getting up to about 35 degrees, 32 by 7 o'clock tonight. And again, after 9 or 10 o'clock is when the storm system should be wrapping up and getting out of the way. Be sure to stay weather aware over the next 24 hours by downloading the 11 Live News app. Just scan that QR code on your screen right there. It's free. And you can also sign up for severe weather alerts, and it'll go right there to your phone. So stay prepared, folks.